I'm sure you've heard recently about all the lawsuits that have been happening in the real estate industry, and there's been a ton of changes that have been rolling out. In fact, in St. Louis alone, we've had 120 of our documents have been modified to make those adjustments that came out from the recent lawsuit. And so those effects are actually rolling out August 17th, and wanted to give you an update on that. My name is David Nations. I'm the founder of Nations Network, and I'm with Jim, our director of sales. Jim, how's it going today, buddy?
Pretty good, pretty good. Lots of stuff.
Absolutely. One of the things we wanted to hit on today was mainly on the buyer side of these changes and what that means. If you're going to go out and look for a house, what has changed now with all these new changes? Jim, you want to kind of fill us in a little bit?
Yeah, so like public perception of maybe what you guys are seeing is like it's always been normal. You go on, you look at Zillow, or you go to third-party websites other than what you're getting from a real estate agent specifically, and it's like, oh my gosh, let's see this house. You click the button, that happens, somebody calls you, do whatever, assuming you're not talking to us.
Call us.
But you do that. Now, a big thing is you will be required to sign a buyer's agency with them.
Is that new?
For that one house. The Nations Network, we've always done that and stayed in front of it as far as like making sure that everyone's covered, having those conversations, but it is getting, it's enforced a lot more now.
So don't be surprised if you talk to somebody and the first thing they tell you is, hey, I'm happy to show you that house. However, you need to sign a buyer agreement. Whereas maybe before, that wasn't the first thing that came out of a realtor's mouth. Like Jim said, of course, if you're interested in buying, certainly let us know. We'd be the first ones that love to help you with that. But that is one of the big changes. Is there anything else that you're seeing on that side?
The other stuff is the chances of you being responsible for some part of the commission, depending on the commission for your agent, depending on what that buyer or that seller is offering and what is filled out from the agreement between the buyer and the buyer's agent, that is also being enforced, that percentage has to be paid that is on the buyer agreement between you and your agent. So if the seller is offering less, you could be on the hook. So it's really important to have those communications with your buyer's agent prior to going into any showings so you know what you could potentially be on the hook for.
So in other words, a buyer could be paying their commission to a buyer's agent, where historically a lot of the transactions, the commission came straight from a seller, correct?
Yep.
So that is also something to look out for. So so those are a couple of the big changes that have rolled out on the buyer side of the transaction with all the new changes. If you have any other questions or concerns, if you're interested in buying, selling, investing in real estate, feel free to reach out to your favorite Nations Network real estate advisor. As always, we appreciate your support. Thank you.